Something's going on. The air is thick with conspiracy, which makes a nice change to the emissions from Cubicle 3, but still. The Huttonites are up to something. All along the parade, they are winking at one another, passing knowing looks between one another and smiling. That's the worst part. No one on Hutton Orbital has any business smiling at people. It's unnatural. It's subversive. And the windows of the Hab buildings have all sorts of fresh produce on display. There are artichokes next to cabbages, a pair of pears, a watermelon at a 45-degree angle, and, well, the one with the cucumber and the turnip, well, that's just rude. Gusto's gone for the obvious approach and has opened a stall selling suggestively shaped vegetables. But even he has some things on display I can't quite work out. I point to a kiwi fruit laid in a Tupperware bowl with a maraschino cherry and 7 blueberries. What does that mean? I ask innocently.
Oh, that?
He leers and leans in close so I can smell the cheap booze and McThargoid's tentacle dip on his breath.
That means our mike's alive. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sandy Crevice, and I've carved my surname into the side of a mango, then put it in the sitting room window. I'm getting quite a lot of interest.
I'm Wilma Fingerdew, and I left a steak chips and roasted cherry tomatoes next to my window. It didn't mean anything. It was just my tea. But I have orders from Just Scoff.
I'm Mia Harkness, and I've deep-fried all of my fruit and veg in batter. I don't know if it's code for anything, but it certainly attracts other Scottish people.
I'm Juan Kerr, and I like my fruit sliced, put into a glass and drowned in Centauri Megagin. I don't know what it means, but it tastes delicious.
I'm Norma Snockers, and I've had to take all of the pampas grass out of my front garden. People kept turning up at the door, jangling their ship keys and wiggling their eyebrows.
Look, that was just one time and then station security told me to stop. Let's just get on with the headlines. High risk, high jinx as High Rocks rocks 671 and takes Hutton to the brink.
Pilots Federation goes periodical.
Too hot, too messy, week 37 update.
Thargoids get creative with their ships.
Hutton's sounding the big klaxon, but not in Avic for a change.
Commander Snuggles McKeague, Hutton BGS guru and monitor of all things marked Panic, was awoken from his slumber earlier in the week by a big flashing red warning on his console. Expecting it to be Avic again, he promptly mashed the snooze button and fell back to sleep again, only to be woken a day later by an even bigger red flashing light and a small buzzer. Time for the snooze button again. After all, Avic was always pulling the panic cord, and as the system who called Wolf, he wasn't letting it bother his beauty sleep yet again. Maybe a little message to the custodians to go mop it up again with the pop gun and the pocket slingshot. By day 3 of being awoken, he rubbed the sleep from his eyes and took a look at the screen. Ross, 671. What? What? Yes, the Hutton system of long-standing, originally brought under Alfin's dominion by the actions of commanders including Klopster and his mighty Glopiter machine, was a big red flashing klaxon sounding emergency system. Usually as stable as it comes, and a plentiful source of Hutton bounties for Hutton, the political team there had been cut back to one careful overseer and someone to sweep the dust off the pads. The enemy? Well, we've all heard of green energy, the kind of thing that's made by puffs of wind or wibbly-wobbly waves bobbing up and down, or maybe a little bit of sunshine, and so no one had paid attention to the Hyrox Blue Energy Corporation. Just a fad, like almond milk in your latte, or those heat source pumps governments were trying to insist were far better for your household than the standard edition nuclear power stations. What Hutton failed to notice was that there weren't any blue energy generating corporations. There was a blue energy dispensing corporation. And by dispensing, we mean shooting. And by blue, we mean beam lasers. And they'd spent exorbitant amount of arcs on them. Needless to say, Hutton's crack BGS team swung into action, and after 3 days of ignoring the alert entirely, started the long haul of taking the Hyrox Blue Energy, folding it neatly and stuffing it where the sun doesn't shine, which is not a good location for green energy either, though it is known for being a little windy. The Attic Attack and other commanders, including a number of Hackswing, who appear to be on a little R&R expedition from Spanking Tharg, have been hard at work at it in Ross 671, and it appears that the work has turned. We've now lifted the big shiny mirror up to blue Hyrox beams, and Hutton are in the process of not losing as fast as we can. Balanced on a knife edge, the final day is a winner-takes-all situation, and Commander Chicks has more information on what to do later in the broadcast.
The Pilots Federation, based at Shinrarta Desra, are the publishing wing of the power behind the galaxy. Forget your faction, nor your powers, or even your superpowers, though we think that X-ray vision's quite a cool one. The PF's where the real action is. New ships being issued, it's PF that rubber stamps the designs. Applying for a faction of your very own, well, it used to be them, but everyone was getting very silly with the names and abandoning them like last century's Tamagotchis to beat plaintively out there in the black and clog up everyone's shipboard panels. Updates to the software in your ship? Well, they're the guys and girls that build the cunning installer that makes the beepy things go beep better. The wibbly things wibble a little more, and of course the docking computer find new and interesting ways to interact with the scenery. In recent years, they've been putting out live broadcasts every 2 weeks, totting up what great pictures the galaxy has been sending in via Tony Hart style gallery, shamelessly robbing from other great broadcasters, for instance this very show, and of course Galnet News Digest, and of course giving away stonking good pots of paint for you to draw daisies on your Diamondback and patterns on your Python. With Commander Gambit finally living up to his name and retiring to create some kind of hoopy casino at the edge of populated space, apparently he's adept at both the craps and the blackjack. The PF's media team have been left with a little limp. With only 3 wheels on their wagon, 2 at the front, 1 at the back, they decided to become a monthly periodical. As with all great monthly publications, whether that be the subscription magazine that promises you after 100 editions you can build your own cardboard crate, or Time and Space magazine complete with glossy cover photoshoot, they're looking to put together a bumper edition on a slightly less frequent output level, giving ARF and the oh-so pink PWAF pilot more time to hone their content, polish their pictures, and of course come up with cunning teasers that keep you on the edge of your seat for 4 whole weeks. Of course, the usual individuals have been fast to run through the studio shouting "Doom!" at everyone, but as we know on this very broadcast station, making these things look just the way they do and bang up to date takes a long time, by which time they are not up to date anymore, so we cobble them together in 30 minutes before the show. The PF have of course substituted one of their broadcasts for an in-person visit, and they are taking their particular blend of anarchic space to the Science Museum in South Britain, oh that's on Old Earth, and so they have for some reason invited LCU Noel Fool like one, but we don't know whether he's giving a lecture on the dangers of cloning or making assault on the buffet, as he's proper Hank Marvin. Beyond that, keep your eyes peeled for your monthly edition of Frameshift Live, and don't forget to cut out the free coupons for your cardboard anaconda.
After 37 weeks, or 9 months, Too Hot Too Messy, the Hutton-led initiative to deliver a Hutton mug and Centauri Megagin to all the stations in the galaxy, has reached almost 69,000 deliveries. That's my favourite number, times 1,000. Last week was down significantly on the previous weeks, in fact, with only 869 deliveries. It is the second lowest week ever, and the 4-week average has fallen to below 1,400. 2 new commanders have joined in the effort in this last week, leaving 286 commanders representing 94 squadrons. Hutton still has the largest contingent, with 77 commanders who have delivered over 33,000 mugs, but this is less than half the total. So thanks to all the other squadrons taking part and delivering more than the other half. The Buckyball Racing Club are still in second place with over 4,000. The Winged Hussars are in third with over 2,800. The Paladins are in fourth with 1,800. The Burpit are fifth with 1,400. The Undead are sixth. The Anti-Xeno Initiative are in seventh after becoming the 8th squadron to have broken the 1,000 mug mark. 60-odd mugs ahead of the Sotera Accord in 8. Commander Chicks is still leading the deliveries table with over 9,000 mugs delivered. Some say he's been watching noisy, pretty things zoom about instead of delivering mugs. Water 81 is second with over 8,000 deliveries, ahead of Nemb in third with over 5,000, and Shay Blackwood is in fourth, just shy of 4,000. Ahead of Infinite Dreamer in fifth on 2,500, the 1,000 Club now has 11 members. Of course, we know all this because it's tracked live in the Too Hot Too Messy event page on the Hutton Helper. In addition to trying to impress the station barman with your mugging prowess, there is a chance to win a real-world, handle at a jaunty angle, dishwasher unsafe, Hutton mug. Any commander that delivers 10 mugs and gin in the coming week will be entered into next week's draw to win a real Hutton mug. Unless, of course, you already have one. 35 lucky commanders have accomplished this so far, and you can see a little golden mug next to their names at the top commanders table. Last week's winner was Dart Virtual, who also won a Hackswing mug the same day. Keep listening for this week's winner to be announced in the Banter bit after the news. If you had delivered 10 mugs and gin a week in every week since the start, 8 months ago, you would have racked up 370 deliveries next to your commander name. And only 32, or nearly 1 in 9 of commanders who have signed up, have actually managed this. If you haven't, why not give it a try and share the burden? In order to join in the fun, you'll need to sign up by downloading the Hutton Helper from hot.forthemug.com/download. And then you can sign up, and your mug and gin deliveries will be automatically registered for you by Entarius Fusion's artificially intelligent Nexus 8 replicant hamsters, which come with a limited lifespan but real lab-grown fur.
Back when Thargoids were a memory, or maybe just a little bit of a worry at the back of everyone's mind, and humanity hadn't been subjected to all manner of green caustic clouds, strange gnarbling sounds, and of course lightning attacks, Tharg the Mighty and his minions, we haven't seen any mighty ones yet, had seeded huge chunks of space with what had turned out to be Thargoid probes. Bring your ship near one of them and prod it in just the right way and it made a noise that contained a picture of your ship, which it promptly beamed back to the boss over at Tharg HQ. Tharg the Mighty has a gallery on his or her or their wall. It's one of those pictures made up of lots and lots of little pictures. It's a picture of his or her or their mum or dad or, well, you get the idea. But all the little itsy bitsy pictures are you in your ships. Your Viper, your Sidewinder, that bit round mummy or daddy Tharg's eyes is probably the curve of an Imperial Clipper, and his or her or their nose, well, looks an awful lot like Hanky's Corvette. Tharg took a look at the mighty mini fleet of itsy-bitsy little 8-sided geometric shapes and little L the scavenger, and was jealous. Jealous of the asp having a brother called the Asp Explorer, or the 2 flavours of ever so metrosexual diamondback, or 2 types of eagle, or 1.5 cobras. It was after this jealousy turned to rage that Tharg ordered his or her mighty mega factories to start churning out new Thargoid ships at a rate that stopped him or her posting things on Thargobook about how it was an outrage that there weren't hundreds of new ships and they didn't all cost real money to buy and fly. It was then that the Basilisk and the Medusa, the Cyclops and the Hydra were created, and Tharg was happy. Just because they could, the shipyards added the ever so flatulent Orthus. But even that didn't keep Tharg happy. So there are rumours in recent days that Tharg has demanded even more. And it needs to be spiky, like a Raider ship kit. The kind of thing that catches in your claws on a good walk in the countryside and makes you itch. Which begs the question, what are they going to call it? We've looked through our Greek mythology and have a few ideas. Could it be the Kraken? Possibly not, and that's big, which means it's probably at the centre of the maelstrom. How about a Gorgon? Well, we've already got a Medusa. Commander Psychic has suggested it's a Harpy. We like that one, famous for abducting people and torturing them on the way to the underworld. Just the kind of thing Thargoids like to do to unsuspecting wedding barges that can't get their vows written in time. But we think these aren't spiky enough, so we're going to go with a stonking big Minotaur. Horny as heck and massively snorty, enough to terrify even the boldest of hackswing into thinking twice about saying ole and instead going cowardly custard. With the next update on the horizon, no, not 4 horizons, we've only got weeks before our ship systems will be able to identify this newcomer and whatever threat it poses. Or of course it could be the other Thargoid faction, the apologetic, polite one, the Canada of Xeno relations, which would make it a moose.
After a few weeks of relative calm in Hutton space, one system is the focus of much attention this week, and it is one of the 6 getting themselves noticed for not the best reasons. More on those stories coming up. At the bottom of the pile, on a miserable 26, is Ross 671, where a war for control of the system broke out at the weekend. Initially, Hutton started on top, then lost 3 days in a row, leaving us 3-1 down and within hours of losing one of our longest held systems. Murmurs in the station bar intensified into cries of panic, and so far Hutton commanders have pulled it back to 3-2. Today's efforts have not yet been verified, so it will be either all square at 3-3 or we'll have lost the system to the Blue Hyrox Corporation. Head over to Ross 671 and fight for Hutton. Stop press. It's a draw, 3-3. Get in there and turn those blue high rocks into brown low rocks. One more day, truckers. Almost 10 points higher on 35 is our most popular system. Epsilon Indy is recovering from last week's outbreak. There is nothing else going on in the system, so now is an ideal opportunity to jump in and boost Hutton's fortunes. Usually bottom of the heap, Barnard Star is the first of 2 systems on 38, the second being LP 525-39. A point higher on 39 are 2 more systems, George's Pants and 36 Offiyuki, who are slowly recovering from previous advert states, but with a few days of bed rest and a high-fibre diet, they'll be ballooning the duvet and having the nurses throwing open the windows before you know it. In minor news, we are retreating from Acadia, one of our many misfired expansions from last year. At the overachieving end of the Hutton Systems table, we have 5 systems on or above 60%. We should find out where we've expanded to from Y0855-0714 in the next couple of days. Likely nowhere good, looking at the list of possibilities. Priorities this week are, if you want to truck something, boost Epsilon Indy while the coast is clear, and if you want to shoot something, win the last day of the war in Ross 671.
Seamless.
Well,
Fairly seamless. I mean, it wasn't looking good 2 hours ago.
No, I mean, compared to 2 hours ago, it's
wasn't looking
something
good
else
24 minutes ago.
Well, this is true. I mean, 2 hours ago, we didn't even have a script.
24 minutes
Yeah,
ago,
that's
we didn't have a stream deck.
2 hours ago, I don't think we had a gym, did we?
No, it was looking dodgy
No.
for me being here and pushing buttons tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I've been having a lot of fun in work recently, and all sorts of fun and games and shenanigans are ensuing. And
Nice.
thanks to that, ensuing. Thanks to that, I'm off to Hamburg on Sunday, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Awesome.
My ticket out there is fixed and solid. My ticket back, which may be the following Friday, is adjustable, editable, flexible, variable, and may or may not be on that day, and may or may not be back to England.
Subject
And
to
may or may
fighters
not
and
be on an
flak.
aeroplane.
But,
Oh,
but
it'll
you get to
definitely
go
be
to
on an
Hamburg.
aeroplane eventually. Yeah, it's not so bad. I get to see our office in Hamburg for a week of very long days. Yeah,
Wow.
You know how to live.
I do,
Yeah.
don't I? Yeah.
You can immerse yourself in the culture.
Yeah, but I prefer going to the Munich office to that, preferably in October sort of time.
Is it the Reaper Barn in Hamburg? It was the red light district in Hamburg. I forget.
I don't know, but I think some of the hotels they're putting us up are pretty close to it. Out
Excellent.
of 4 people in my team, we are in 4 different hotels, according
Don't
to
go-
what we could
don't-
actually find rooms in.
Yeah, play it safe, Jim. Don't go near the windows.
Yeah, especially not when he pampers grass.
No.
Just nicely played, Mary in HR.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm afraid I won't be here for the show next week, chaps and chapesses.
No, we're not
God.
stuck with him, are we?
Well,
no, it's a green room as well. It's a perfect
Oh,
storm.
no.
No,
no.
another 4-hour show.
David's not available either.
Oh,
Ah.
We are working on emergency button pushers.
Amelia.
We think that the good Commander Overlight might be available. He thinks he is.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Do you know?
Or we can have a crash course for Amelia or Mia.
I can hear Amelia sulking from here.
well, I just got my stream deck today.
Yeah. Well, if David has time to train you up, or if Sean can be found the time to train you up, then you're a viable option for next week, and it'll be
Sean has
a baptism
Sean has
in
nothing
fire.
But time.
The good news is
And
I
is it
have the
fun?
stream deck. The bad news is I have no room on my desk to put it.
Oh no.
Bigger desk.
Oh, you can balance it on your lap. It's fine.
I'm picking a bigger desk this weekend, I hope.
Perfect.
Just tear a door off its hinges. That's a desk.
What did you go with it? When did you go with at the end for your desk? Because you were having debates about that, weren't you?
Well, I mean, my old computer desk, which my mother bought for me when I was like 8, is
Just a
solid
little
pine.
girl.
and she still has it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go visit my mother this weekend,
And
and I'm going
the
to
back seats
see
down
if
in
it
the car.
fits in the car.
Fight off the woodworm.
when
We'll
I
see
was
if it
8, we
fits in
didn't
the car.
have computers.
Oh, God. In my day, we didn't have desks.
The thing is, your prices of desks nowadays are almost as much as you pay for a bloody computer.
Search for table instead of desk.
That depends on whether it's a gaming computer or not.
I mean, I want
get
a
that door
nice
off.
desk. You know, I'm going to be doing a lot on this desk, so I want a nice desk. And the best desk is my desk, which is solid pine. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Is it going to go in the car?
I have no idea. We'll find out this weekend.
Hooray!
I have plans on actually making a desk when I get round to it.
Ooh.
I've got my eyes on a piece of It's made out of strips, but it's a solid oak. It's designed as a kitchen countertop, but it's going to work beautifully as a desk.
Oh, yeah.
I found some gorgeous wrought iron legs that will work underneath it to keep it up in place.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm going to assemble a desk that's just the size and shape I want. I've been
wanna
planning
see
this for
photos?
slightly over a year now, so don't hold your breath.
Why don't you just use the dining room table like the rest of us?
Because we haven't got a dining room table. We haven't got a dining room.
We don't have a dining room.
I don't have a dining
Oh.
room
Only
or a
posh-
table.
Oh,
Only
really?
posh people have dining rooms.
Yes.
Where do you have dinner parties?
Rich people have dining rooms.
Yes.
At restaurants or friends' houses.
On
Preferably
the
friends with dining room.
on the couch in the front garden.
Yeah. On the couch, on
On a
your
tray
knee, of
on your
course.
knees.
Yeah, we've got a selection of trays.
Lordy. What's the world coming to?
Oh,
No,
I don't know.
Anyway.
It's not coming to our house for a dinner party, put it that way.
Unless we're invited, in which case I hope you got enough for everybody.
What I would say is, at least we all know we can go to each other's houses for a dinner party and everybody will get the vibe. I mean, if you invite chicks along, it's going to be like, well, I've worn my cravat.
I don't own a cravat, thank you.
We got to
Oh,
get
do
him a
you rent it?
Yeah.
Do you rent it?
No,
Yeah.
never worn one, never would. Ridiculous thing.
You know, they
How
would
about
go
a rough-
so well with that moustache.
It would, and the pith helmet and the checky shirt and the cargo pant shorts and the. Yeah, I'm just seeing the whole outfit now.
I need eye bleach.
Oh, do you know what would make him wear it? See if you got one with HMS Belfast crest on it.
I'm always really relieved when you say fast in the middle of that, because I'm just dreading it going somewhere else instead. Every time.
Yes. Right, okay. Shall we move on?
Yeah,
No.
did anyone see the Frontier live stream?
Ooh, was there a live stream?
Well,
A Frontier live stream?
it's been such a long time, hasn't it?
It'll be such a long time till the next one as well, from what I
Well,
hear.
yeah, exactly. It's bi-weekly. It's become bi-fortnightly.
Quadra-weekly.
That's monthly to the night shift.
No. It's not every 30 or 31 days. It's quadra-weekly.
And do you remember the
No.
Do you remember the elite partner program we were so keen to?
Oh yeah.
Dimly.
Well, they've opened it up to. I know I'm jumping ahead in the script here, but they've opened it up to a new intake,
Ooh.
and they've revised the requirements for participation, which is now 3,500 average views per video.
Oh, good grief. We're gone.
Yeah, exactly. I did a little checkup on ours. Oh, last week was 37.
It must have been costing them a fortune in broken skateboards.
3 weeks ago was 48, so that's us screwed. Anyway, yes, there was a Frontier live stream. Woo! And the first one for 4 weeks, and the first one, or the only one, for the next 4 weeks as well. So excuse me while I move my headphones and scratch my ear. So yes, it was hosted by Arth.
I think you
Sally.
mispronounced arse there.
There you go. You can see Arth, and he's is that his Elite Odyssey sweatshirt?
So, is it just me, or is Arf's head doing the O and Sally doing the 7?
That's pretty good, isn't it? You'll have to introduce me to your drug dealer. Yeah, so what I was going to say about the partner program, you remember we were all excited that we could, people would be able to earn paint jobs by watching our streams. Well, there aren't any paint jobs, and there were none today either. I know the weather's been confusing us about the seasons, but this is enough. And in the script it says no PJs.
Ooh, sleeping naked.
Yes. Who put these appalling gags in this script? I'm not doing those. They might be associated.
That explains Arthur's expression there. Look, no PJs. Oh,
90s are fine though, as are dressing gowns, but not. What's wrong with smoking jackets?
Pearson wrote that, didn't he?
And what's wrong with smoking hats?
I didn't know you got. Is that those wee round flat ones with the mirrors on them?
Mirrors.
Yeah, they wee tiny mirrors on them as well.
Well, the whole point about smoking jackets and smoking hats is you a bit like since when was it 2007 2008 when
keeps
when
the stink
smoking
off the clothes.
indoors was banned. in public spaces. If you're gonna burst into
That makes
flames,
sense.
you need to be outside where it's cold. So people used to wear smoking jackets and smoking hats.
Yeah, but
Makes
now they
perfect
set the
sense.
smoke alarms off.
Yeah.
Well, there are smoke alarms outside if they have any sense.
So, what does a smoking hat look like then?
It's a little sort of, you know what a pillbox hat looks like a
I'm sure-
little round hat.
Oh, like Cecil's
Yeah.
hat.
To Cecil.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cecil's
I
hats
imagine
get
Cecil
mirrors
wearing
on
it.
it.
So
Cecil's hats get mirrors on it.
it's a little soft pillbox hat.
Yeah, I know the one you mean.
And they often have a tassel.
Because of course they do.
Amelia's ears just pricked up there. The mention of the word tassel.
Tassels are good.
They've only got one tassel though, so don't
Yeah,
get
it's
any
only one
ideas.
tassel. Yeah.
Yeah, you can wear two hats.
No, they got to be in pairs.
No, they don't. It depends where you're wearing them.
If you can make them go in different directions,
If they're going to
then
be
you
good,
get a
they're going to be in a pair.
prize.
So, events, dear boy. So Frontier are going to be at the Science Museum on May the 4th. Be with you.
Yes.
There is an event hosted by the Science Museum, and it's about sort of creation of worlds and science fiction and spaces and things. And since Frontier have basically built the Milky Way in a computer, all those very clever people. Anyway, the community team, including Arf, Sally, Mr. Brewer himself, he of the fleet carrier, Simon Brewer, will be there, and some of the elite dangerous streaming sort of community. Psychic, Alec Turner, Millstone Barn. Oh, and I'm going. Oh,
Are you going?
I was invited by Vantian to be his +1.
So you're going to be in that little tight black number for the night.
Well, I did ask him, did I need to wear a frock?
Yeah, you're going to be the little spoon at the end of the
And
night.
he said lots of lippy. I said, well, I can't really do lippy very well.
You can do bottom lippy, but
Well,
top
yeah, I
lippy.
could do bottom lippy. I can't do
Yeah.
top lippy. Top lippy's occupied.
Yes.
And Elsie, you'll be there. Wather Spout, it says here. Elle will be there. So it sounds like it's going to be a fun night. So
Yeah,
just a couple of weeks, isn't it?
Just not for you.
Star Wars Day.
It is May the 4th.
It is, yes.
And then the next thing's Revenge of the 5th.
So it sounds like that's going to be fun.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you get to feel all decadent for celebrating, Frontier and all that and not Star Wars.
And then you can get drunk and climb inside the Apollo 10 capsule
Well, if
and get
they,
arrested.
is there Apollo 10 there?
Which one is it then?
Somebody's going to cry. I thought it was Apollo 15 off the top of my head.
Oh, is it? Okay. I don't know.
Not
I've
a clue.
never been. I didn't go and see one.
It could be Apollo 10. I can't remember. It's been a couple of years since it's been Science Museum.
Why are they at the Science Museum?
And well, the Science Museum are doing an event, and it's about creation of spaces in science fiction, I believe. So obviously, they're there. They're going to talk about Stellar Forge and how they built,
The Milky Way.
a one model of the Milky Way, including lots of real places, planets and stars and things, and it's all very authentic. I think there's like 150,000 known bodies are in Stellar Forge in the game.
Yeah.
Of that order. I heard
Well, I know when TRAPPIST-1 was found, they went out and redid that system because I think it was in Elite as a 2-mass, and they went out and changed it to TRAPPIST-1 and populated it. I think somebody went out and actually built the system.
There was already a star in about the right place, and it already had a surprisingly accurate set of planets. It wasn't spot on, but it was pretty close. So they just tweaked it slightly and renamed it.
Yeah.
And everything Kepler finds or used to find.
Yeah, they do tend to put in.
Is in the game. So we're going to be busy when the Just Wondle Space Telescope gets into full stride. So other community things. Do you remember the PC competition that ended on the 4th of April?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I think I put in for that.
Yeah, well, I was surprised to find out yesterday that it was still going.
All right. Okay, so it didn't end on the 4th of April.
Well,
So you haven't lost it yet.
Offended.
no, I think it
Yeah.
would run that PC.
Look at that thing, though. Look at the case it's in and everything. That's
It's pretty nice.
That's pretty fancy.
What have you got to do to win that?
You have to, if you go onto the page, is it? I don't.
You
know
have to
the
do things like
have
the
to-
Facebook
Yeah.
page, go
There's
to
a
Follow
the
them on Twitter.
page,
Yes.
follow them on Twitter.
For your
things like
social
that.
media.
It's one of
things,
them
Amelia.
ones.
I know you don't do social media.
I tried to avoid it, but I'm
Yeah.
going to be doing it a lot if I'm going to be streaming, I guess.
You could, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, you've got another 2 hours 53 minutes to find the link and like all this stuff and sign up to Twitter and
To give you a
Instagram.
1 in 10,000 chance of winning that rather gorgeous
I
PC.
have no idea what the odds are, but it is I was looking through the specs a few weeks ago, and it's a 4090 graphics card. It's an absolute monster.
Which
Is that
means
pretty?
it means you
Says
will need a
it's a
second
46.
mortgage to
Well, you
actually
probably need
run
to-
it if you want to
The
pay the
expensive
electricity
part
bills.
of it is buying your own power station to.
You also have to put the PC into your freezer.
No, but
Otherwise
it does
you-
save you on
No, you
heating
just-
bills because
Yeah,
that
you
will
Just
warm
refine
your
the
room
boiler.
up.
Yeah, exactly.
Lovely.
And we have.
Anything else coming up in the near future?
Yeah, do you remember that thing we weren't supposed to call DaveCon?
Oh yeah, Dave.
Oh yeah,
Dave
DaveCon.
Con.
Yeah. Anyway, DaveCon, or ECM as it's being called these days, will be on the 19th of August, and it's at the Hilton.
I have to say, Sally looks happy about it.
she was very.
Yeah.
There are some tickets left, but don't hang around because they'll be gone
Yeah,
very
they're
soon. I
pretty
think
fast.
David
yesterday
has-
they were.
David has
Got
put an
released.
update on the chat channel for us. He forgot to mention that we are measuring ECM in ducks. Any day between when the tickets went on sale and the actual event is either a duck or a no duck day. And so far, we have had no duck days. We have sold at least one ticket every day. So they're going fast.
Yep.
We got
Apparently
to
we're
35% on the first night.
Yeah.
So-
they're in the order of 25 to 30 left yesterday, I believe. Amelia.
Well, yeah, I was going to say there was about 30 left yesterday.
Yeah. So,
Which
if you
means
want
that we're
go-
going to have some duck days between now and then because there's more days than there are tickets left.
Well, when there are no more ducks, does that mean?
It means we're ducked.
Yeah.
Verily.
Yes.
Verily ducked.
Yes.
Am I right in thinking we're going to have a special guest star there as well?
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It turns out Norman Lovett.
Yeah.
Who's Norman Lovett?
Holly from Red
Norman
Dwarf.
Lovett is.
Holly!
Don't say you don't.
I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for the listener.
He's the one
listener-
that he's
the
the one that
listener
looks like a distinguished version of Arf.
Yes. He's going to be the quizmaster apparently.
But who is Norman Lovett?
He's
Norman
Holly
Lovett
from
is
Red
Holly
Dwarf.
from Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
He's
Go.
also Leo the voice pack and Leo the Kovas.
Yes,
Which I have.
Yes.
I have the Kovacs.
I have him on almost all my chips. He's brilliant.
Yes. It's
There you
absolutely
go. You
fabulous.
can meet the voice pack in the flesh.
It's not the voice pack that interests me. It's the Red Dwarf.
It's the flesh, I know.
It's Holly.
Yeah,
the
I'm
flesh.
And who else will be there? We've already mentioned. Some of these people.
Alec Turner.
There's 2 mentions in one show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alec Turner, 3 mentions.
Phoenix
see Alex
Defire
Turner?
will hopefully be there with his teensy weensy, teeny tiny, itty bitty little ships.
You
Oh,
forgot
very
Incy
nice.
Wincy.
They're the
You
ones.
did forget Incy Wincy.
Somebody else getting a second mention.
And a yellow
Unfortunately,
polka dot. No.
hopefully not. But you can if you like. Yeah,
No, it's okay.
Unfortunately, LCU will be there, I'm afraid. It's nothing we can do about it. He bought a ticket. We can't stop him.
I just want to confirm for health and safety reasons there won't be a karaoke that night, will there?
I cannot confirm that, no.
Oh, God, no. We need to get that sorted out.
Rumour has it that he's bought his own Mr. Microphone and he's planning on bringing it along. So,
Oh,
suggest
no.
you just shove knitting needles into your eardrums now. Be safe.
Shove needles into his eardrums.
that won't stop him.
Won't stop him. No.
Yeah, it depends how far in you shove them.
And Atris 5016 is going to be there as well.
Good evening, Truckers!
And
For anyone of a
we will
nervous
probably be
disposition.
dragging him up front, live front and centre, to do his own piece in the live Hutton show that we're planning on putting on.
Yeah. I mean,
That
just
poor-
point at me,
poor
shout,
guy.
do the voice, do the voice.
Will Alvin and Snoz be there?
I believe Stoll says he was going.
Yes. Yep, tickets are already booked and prepared.
Nice.
Yes.
And Hanky?
He can bring
Oh,
a hanky
yeah,
if he
Hanky's
wants.
Yeah.
going.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
And Rampage, I believe.
Rampage as well. And what about Nocty?
Nocty,
but
no,
don't
no,
think
not
so,
Nocty
no.
can't make it. It's possibly the first one he's ever not been to, and it's a real shame, but he has other engagements that week and just can't, sadly.
What about Dead Meat?
Yeah,
He better be
we
going.
just can't keep
We
him
got
away
the
from the
car
damn
park
things.
thing after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Black Ops, if
Yeah.
you know, you know. It's like the upside down pineapple. If you know, you know.
Yeah, and the great Even Star will be there. Hopefully, hopefully showing us his etchings.
Yes.
So he usually has his engraving rig set up, and that's for a nominal fee in the charity tin. You know, £5 or £10 or whatever you feel like giving. You can
Yes.
get your own set of dog tags or coasters or little business cards or all sorts of stuff. And
Yeah.
he does some amazing designs on them. So well worth a little punt.
He does indeed. Are you going, Jim?
I certainly intend to.
Good. We'll have a network then.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Are you going, Mia?
I have the time
I am
booked off
going.
work, so I hope I can get there.
I haven't booked the time off work yet, but you know, it's fine.
And I haven't booked any time off work. But,
What
no, I
could,
don't
what could
work.
possibly go wrong? Anyway, yeah. So I'm still finding it a bit of lift. I have got a hotel room and I've got a ticket
And ticket.
including dinner. I'm getting fed as well. This
Well,
just gets better and
I'm
It
better.
won't be deep fried.
Luxury.
I've got to warn you. It's
Oh, bits of it
brace
might be.
yourself.
Well,
Oh, yeah, some of it might be.
I've definitely got an hotel room, and I am told I have an ticket, but I haven't seen it yet. So I'm trusting
Yes.
David on that one.
Do you have a how can I put this? Do you have a little spoon to go in your hotel room?
I'm all on my own in the hotel room.
Good. Yeah, it's probably for the best. I think I'm doing the same.
Yeah, there's only space for me in a room. I snore too much.
The price is quite good, and it's get breakfast. If you go
Yeah.
with the
Special
special
rate,
ECM rate, yeah, you get your breakfast as well.
Special rates for special truckers and
Special
non-trucker
rates for special
visitors. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Special.
excited for that.
Yeah,
So
that's one
then-
thing. This is not a Hutton trucker event. It's just massively overpopulated with truckers. And anybody is welcome. You don't have to be a trucker to go.
Yeah.
Well, see, I like to think of it as it is a trucker event, but we let other people come.
Yeah.
It's
Are you
trucking
Are
amazing.
you going, Amelia?
Sure.
What? Sorry?
Are you going?
I am. I even have a queen-size bed. Thought I'd splash out a bit.
Nice. Is
So-
Sandrine coming along too?
Yes.
Good. She can shout abuse at you in French while we're there.
Yep, that's
Like
the
last
whole
time.
reason she goes.
Hooray! She can heckle you for the audience in French.
Right?
So we do know from the live stream that Sally is very excited about going.
Yep.
Yeah.
There will be, I believe it is 5 Frontier people there. Two from the
Nice.
community team, 3 devs. They are not giving a panel. They are not giving a presentation. They are
Nope.
not on duty. They are there
Nope.
to join in, enjoy themselves, and have a good time.
Have fun.
They're not working. They do
Feel
sound
free
like
to
that
chat
does-
to them. Feel free to engage with them in pleasant, positive ways. Feel free to buy them drinks. They will never complain about that. But
Yeah.
don't harangue them, heckle them, and hassle them with questions, please.
It sounds like what they've done is sent a quiz team.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, they've sent a quiz team.
That's
Don't
about
ask
the
them.
only event they will be involved in.
The only questions to ask them really are quiz questions because, they won't know anything else.
Yeah. I believe that question 7 in the quiz is, where is Raxlar? But I can't confirm that yet.
Let's see if we can trip them up
In the
on that one.
game is the answer.
Is that a trick question?
Yeah.
It's in the
We're
game.
trying to trip them up.
We actually did that to them a couple of years ago, and they gave an in-the-game type answer. Well, yeah, it's worth a try.
That in the game is not acceptable answer.
Yeah, most accurate answer wins.
So it's about this point through the live stream where Arf was talking about stuff, and all of a sudden, Sally's phone, Siri voice assistant, Kovas, whatever, and made some announcement, and they kind of looked at each other, and she just started to laugh and spat juice straight into Arf's face. it was like,
I am watching that VOD.
I can't believe you did that.
Did you get a screenshot?
I can't believe you did that on a live stream. And C, I need to recover from this very quickly because there's 5,000 people watching me. Anyway, it was quite funny.
Oh, they qualify for the partner program.
I can't believe you didn't get a screenshot of that.
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't have really. You had to.
Yeah,
you could have caught it in flight.
Yeah,
it's all
right.
right. You're laughing after that.
I don't think Sally said anything for like the next 10 minutes.
Arf's used to it anyway. He's used to that kind of thing anyway. He's been to events with us
careful.
Before. He's been to events with truckers before.
Yeah,
so anyway, watch the live stream or the lime stream or whatever she was drinking. It was quite funny.
Fluid stream.
Yes. Then the usual sort of stellar screenshots. Some really good ones too. People are getting quite creative. Even managed to get most of the way through it without Crate 2 showing its face.
Wow.
And then they had a guest, another dev. In fact, a guest we haven't seen before. It's his first time he's been let out in public. A chap called Curtis, and Curtis works with Tom Kuehl. In fact, they sit next to each other. And Curtis is a scenario designer. So they do the usual thing. Who are you? What do you do? What's your job at Frontier? How long you've been here? When did you first start working on Elite? And how did you get into this? So he started out by sort of saying,
Through the door?
Computer. Yes. I've always liked computer games because I live somewhere quite rural and we didn't get out much. Anyway, like the rest of us. But apparently he studied astrophysics and computer science at university, whereas Arf and Sally's eyes just widened. And then when he said he had a master's degree in game design after that, they were just like, eyes wide, chin on desk. And then they went into a general sort of discussion about, without giving anything away, I must preface this, but nothing away about Update 15 or all the stuff he's worked on. And he's done a lot of stuff on things he called the caustic cabbages, which I thought was marvellous.
Caustic cabbages. Are they the ones that you've left in the fridge for a week too long?
Oh no, that's at least a month till they go caustic, till they melt the salad drawer and start melting the way through the bottom of the fridge case. They did. We got the picture. Now we've finished talking about that. Anyway, the picture. They ran a little bit of combat, which showed a little peek into Update 15, and it looks like a new kind of Thargoid.
Were they watching it through a set of Venetian blinds?
It was funny, wasn't it? I think they were trying to obscure and not make it too...
It was the interference, wasn't it? I think.
Well, I think the other thing as well is if it came out and it was a clear view, they knew somebody had leaked it. Whereas this is, it's almost like a watermark as well. I get they were trying to make it look as if it was a sort of intercepted transmission, but so it's we got a picture of it. Wow, look at that.
We got 2 pictures of it.
It's like on an old television, isn't it? With Was it? It was 625 lines in the UK, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think that's the
interlaced.
same picture.
4 or
It's just-
5.
Pals,
Yeah, they are the same pictures we
Originally.
used earlier in the news. Sorry
It's like
to ruin Chicks' big reveal, but David got there first with Article 2.
It's like two bat signals welded together, isn't it? It's,
Yeah, definitely a ninja fidget spinner. I do like that description.
yeah.
It is very pointy looking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's spiky.
Reminds me
looking,
of
yeah.
blades.
Spiky. Yeah,
like
yeah, it's like
blades.
blades, isn't it? It's a bit like
Speed it went. Oh,
it's a bit like one of those ninja throwing stars, a shuriken.
I'm
Bless you.
hoping that
Bless you.
when you see one, it sort of like unfolds all those blades when you first
Oh,
see it.
yeah.
That would be good.
They are all... Well, there seem to be 2 rows of blades, don't there? A front pair that goes round to the right and a back set that goes round to the left.
Yeah, and there's what are the 2 things
Let's
at the bottom?
do
Are
the
these
time
look like
walk
mandibles or something, don't they? A little
Personables,
Like
please.
claws?
Personables.
personables, yes. Mandibles or womendables.
I'm digging the Eye of Sauron in the center as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like-
Or is that the panic button that we used in the
like blood.
news?
Can't really work out whether it's like a fly's eye or a blood clot.
Actually, I think that might be Zen from Blake 7.
Could be.
yeah.
Information.
Anyway,
Yes.
You
Yes.
only have. Oh God, I've got to get my shoes and socks off for this.
Oh, well, you got to count to 24.
Yeah,
He's not from Cornwall.
Norfolk. 19 days. How many days are in it? Oh, yeah, it's 19 days. You got to wait 19 days till the update. So the update 15 will be the 9th of May. Do I get my calendar out there? Is that?
That means it's going to be before the next live stream, doesn't it?
I'm
Yep.
going in the calendar. Oh, it's the day after the bank holiday. So it's
Yeah, because
Tuesday.
they said they were going to do it on the 8th.
We can't do that.
Child by us was
Right.
right.
But somebody holidayed the banks.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
there's
drifted there. What's
loads of
happening
bank
on the
holidays. The
9th
update.
of May, update 15. You
night?
need
Yay! I'm off that week.
Oh, nice. There's loads of bank holidays in May, aren't there?
You get your bank holiday in lieu then.
Yeah, I don't get the bank. We don't get it. We're getting a floating day, as it were.
Yeah.
I'm probably working, getting overtime, so yeah, that's life at the moment for me.
I don't get any holidays.
You get
It's
7
all
days a
holidays
week of
for you.
holidays.
Yeah.
bank holiday in lieu. Other Cornish fishing villages are available. So the and then
The pasties would be as nice.
so amidst the cheers of when update 15 was announced, they snuck in that the next live stream would be the 18th of May. Hoping nobody
Yeah.
was listening. They were all
Ouch.
still too ecstatic. Anyway, so
Well,
4
they've-
weeks.
They've lost Bruce, haven't they?
Have they? That was careless of them.
Yeah.
Well, they
They've checked down the back of the sofa, but he's not there. Yeah, they're down to a team of 3 now, one of whom can't easily make it into the studio to do streams, which means that it's Arf and
There's
Sally.
Bruce.
He's moved on to other games, still within
Oh.
FDev, but he's doing Formula
he's-
1 and
he's
that
done a Zach,
wargaming
has he?
thing. And yeah, apparently all their best talent gets co-opted into other games that need community building, whereas Elite's community is just so amazing that we can manage with fewer community managers.
Our community is very much established, though, isn't it?
It's called succession planning.
Our community is very much stabby, was that?
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, that's because the game's
I think
dead.
that's more of the Assassin's Creed community that's more stabby.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
yeah,
that was the live stream. I quite enjoyed it, even
Yeah.
though I joined it late and had to watch it and catch up on YouTube about 15-20 minutes behind the real thing. So I didn't really understand what all the text at the side was saying, all the chat.
Mate, that's like most of the streams, though. You just look
Yeah,
at the,
very, very
you know,
true,
it's very much like anything. If you look at our chat just now, yeah.
Now ordinarily we do space news instead
Space news.
of live stream news.
We get space news.
Remember in the good old days? Nah, there's been no space news this week.
No, there was some fairly high altitude news, but it wasn't space news, was it?
Did anybody hear that boom this afternoon?
No.
About, what, 2:30, 3 o'clock sort of time?
Yeah, for 3, something like that. Yeah.
The sound of an extremely successful SpaceX launch.
Uh-oh.
Well, it was a successful launch. To be
Exactly.
fair.
It was. It cleared the pad. It cleared the gantry. It cleared the beach. It burned all 30, however many engines it's got successfully, all the way through to stage separation.
All the news team seemed happy with it.
Well, it did, to be fair, it did separate.
And then the 4th of July fireworks station came early.
How many pieces did it separate into?
More than 31.
Well, it's a minor detail.
A lot more.
I'm sure with a bit more testing, they'll get it down to 2 pieces.
Yeah. Apparently, the rapid rotation mode, or Catherine wheel mode, was not designed in.
It wasn't.
Right, okay.
It was a bonus feature that happened at the last minute.
Was this Starship 1?
Yeah.
Oh.
The next one might be Starship 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they shouldn't call it Starship. Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
that's
roar,
It's
roar,
Elon's
roar,
and he can
bang.
call
Yeah,
it
if they
whatever he
hadn't
wants.
called it a Starship, you wouldn't have had to go all the way down there and sabotage it, would you?
It'd be ridiculous if he called it Starfish 1.
Yeah. Oh, no.
That would be such a cool ship.
Starfish 1.
I'm naming my next ship in just after
Starfish
that.
1.
The Starfish 1. Yeah. Well, look at how many enterprises they had to do before they get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what is it, over 1,000? 1,700? Something?
That's not Enterprises, that's different ships.
No, it's not.
Oh, yes, it is.
Anyway.
Oh, no, it hasn't.
Oh, yes, it is.
It reminded me, I was watching, I'm thinking, either this camera's rotating around a lot, or that thing's going round. You remember?
Cameraman's
get
drunk
those-
again.
Do you remember those long balloons at parties where you used to blow them up and then you'd stick a kazoo in the end and let it go and it would fart its way around the ceiling in circles, just a drizzling gob all over everybody?
Cameraman
Oh,
would
the
have to.
the fun we used to have.
It kind of reminded me of one of those a little bit, and then it sort of went bang. Well, the balloons never did, of course. They just went and ended up in somebody's blancmange.
Well, the cameraman, I would have thought, Jim, would have to be drunk. It's the only way you're going to get him strapped on the side of a rocket, really, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, the guy who was sitting
With a
between those 2
GoPro.
stages, I wouldn't have fancied his job.
Yeah. Sitting in there with a GoPro.
No, they used 2 cameramen. Actually, 3, one in the stage separation area.
I would have said they really should have had 31 cameramen on there at least.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll have the post-mortem. I mean, to be fair, they turned it round after the attempt 2 days ago, didn't they? Was it 2 days?
Yeah.
2 3 days
well,
ago?
2 days with a frozen valve.
Did they turn it round, though?
Yeah, the frozen valve worked perfectly this time. Defrosted beautifully. It was 15 minutes in the microwave and it was fine.
Yeah.
So they're going to have another go when?
They really should have put that back on the rocket.
A few months.
A few months.
I think the implication was 3 to 4 months sort of time. Because
They've got to find all the pieces first, haven't they? Before
Yeah,
they
they've-
stick
yeah,
got
but
to learn.
they've got a bulk order in for sticky tape. So, but yeah, unlike NASA that takes 3 or 4 years to build an SLS, these things are kind of almost disposable. They churn through them as quickly as the previous prototype goes pop because they always expect it to, unlike NASA that expects everything to work first time, which is a different design philosophy. I'm not saying one's better or worse. They're just very, very different from one another.
Well,
That's
it's
what-
subjective, really, isn't it? It all comes down to whether you're the poor bugger who has to be sitting on it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
whether you want it done properly or
Yeah, but
just,
would you
we'll
would
give it
you
a go
would
and
you
it
would
might
you
work, it
rather
might
somebody
not.
had launched 15 that blew up and then 3 or 4 that hadn't blown up and you were on the next one that wouldn't, or that you were on the very first time but all the models said it would work beautifully?
Ask Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah,
Buzz Aldrin wasn't on the first one.
Yeah, but they had no Saturn V failures. In fact, they had no Saturn failures. They all worked, but they did take a long time and
The
spent
lunar lander
25
less
billion
so.
doing it.
The lunar lander was a bit. Is that not the one that nearly killed Neil Armstrong?
No, that was the flying bedstead. That was the test rig
For the
lunar lander.
But
Yes.
it wasn't a lunar lander. It was virtually a bedstead with thrusters attached, hanging from a crane.
It was a test
on a
rig
big bit of
to
bungee cord.
basically train the astronauts how to fly the lunar lander. It wasn't because lunar lander was hugely delayed. That's why Apollo 8
didn't have one.
Well, it didn't have one exactly. That's why it went on the mission it went on.
Yeah,
Did they not go out of sequence as well? Did Apollo 13 not go before Apollo 11?
No.
Oh, okay.
They changed the order of the missions around for Apollos 8 and 9. So they did all of the in-orbit tests after they'd done the all the way to the moon test, which were meant to be in the other order, but they had the right set of hardware available at the time to send just a command module to the moon, and they didn't have a lunar module to put in orbit with it for the Apollo 9 mission that stayed local to the Earth.
Right.
Or did they take like... I don't know. I know the answer is no, but I would take a bloody big block of concrete with you or something. How do you simulate the mass or the...
Bloody big block of concrete, yeah.
Yeah. That's what they did right up until Elon Musk went, no, put my car in it instead.
Because in the Apollo 10 LEM, whilst they did the maneuver in lunar orbit where they docked and undocked and all the rest of it, it didn't have enough fuel in it, just in case any of the astronauts attempted to take it down.
Yes, no, it was because it was too heavy a LEM. The LEM itself was an older model and was too heavy, and they couldn't have enough fuel in the overall mission mass budget for it to do a mission landing. So that's why they used that one for Apollo 10, because it couldn't have ever landed on the moon. If they put more fuel on, they never would have got there.
It was about 5 tons, I think, the LEM all up.
Something like that, yeah. Not a lot. Yeah. I mean, it's heavier than an average car, but not by much.
Basically made out of tinfoil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we move on? I think the listener's nodding off.
Yeah, I guess we better have. So do we have? Yeah. Let's move on to this week's mug winner.
Yay!
And this week we don't have a mug winner because everyone who qualifies already has one.
Someone's missed out there.
Yeah.
So the secret there.
Sooner or later.
So the secret there is if you deliver 10 mugs a week, within a few weeks you almost certainly will win a mug. So get delivering.
Everyone who qualified this week, that is. There's probably many more who didn't.
But that's because they didn't deliver 10 mugs in Jan.
Yeah, so do not email outitpath@huttonorbital.com because you're not getting anything. Shall we go with word of the week then? Is verisimilitude. Verisimilitude, which means something that merely seems to be true or real.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
I certainly can use it in a sentence. She was experiencing a bad onion head trip of the most extraordinary verisimilitude.
Huh. That's another one for Volcarius's vocabulary.
Yes. Could somebody post?
I'm sure he already knows that
in the
one.
chat, please. I'm not allowed to post that in the chat. I'm not special enough. If somebody could post that into the chat.
I'm pretty sure you are special enough, and it's not a link. It's just a word. You're allowed to post them.
Oh, yeah, I'm allowed to post words. Right, I'll post that in the chat then. I'll do it.
It's already been done.
Oh, has it?
Afraid so. Beat you to it.
Oh, man. Yeah, but.
What? Who's a but? What's a but?
There we go.
And it's a big but.
Yeah, something that merely seems to be real. Right. Anyway, here we go. It's time, everybody. Who loves hamburgers, French fries, and ants?
Bob.
No, Bob doesn't like French fries. It's Ronald McArdvark.
Aardvark!
Aardvark!
Can we just please move on? Anyone? Somebody? Oh, I know. Flossy, give us some community goal news. That'll do it.
All right.
It's Flossy. It's Flossy. It's Flossy. It's Flossy. And the community goes.
Hello, Flossy here with this week's CG News. Last week's CGs, well, there weren't any, so nothing to report there. This week we have 2 new CGs starting today. The Fight for Glee's 44 Citizens Forum and Fight for Gorluge. Factions aligned to the Empire and Federation have declared war in Peach, which lies in the path of Thargoid expansion. Who chooses these names? Relations between the 2 superpowers have been strained in recent weeks, following the corporate skirmish in Tavgi. This has exacerbated hostilities between 2 long-standing rivals in the Pichich system, Gorluge Exchange and the Glee's 44 Citizens Forum, causing diplomatic negotiations to collapse. A brief statement was given to the press from the Glee's 44 Citizens Forum's leadership following the failed talks. The typical federal response to their problems is to blame the Empire, so we are forced to resolve this on the battlefield. The ruling council of Gorluja Exchange claimed Imperial saboteurs have been undermining our operations for years, and a military solution is now the only option. The situation has also impacted the ongoing war against the Thargoids, as outlined in a report by freelance correspondent Carleen Troy. With Maelstrom Legion's fleet expansion only a few systems away, Peach is currently a key distribution point for anti-Xeno weaponry and supplies in the region. There is a widespread concern that this conflict could disrupt the flow of resources to the front line, hindering defences in multiple systems. The Glee's 44 Citizens Forum and the Gorluge Exchange have each requested help from naval auxiliaries, who can register their support for the faction at Tiptree Port. The 2 factions have set out week-long operations to take control of the system, which began today, the 20th of April. If either side reaches the final target, both campaigns will end immediately. To be eligible for rewards, you must sign up as an active participant before handing in combat bonds at Tiptree Port in the Pitch system. And that's it for this week's CG News.
Flossy told you what to do.
And now we go over to the greengrocers of news, displaying giant marrows and suggestively shaped potatoes. It's Beetlejuice and Witherspoon with a Galnet News Digest.
Galnet News Update, 20th of April, 3309.
An extraordinary video has come to light today. Allegedly shot 3 weeks in the future and sent back in time by firing it into a black hole. It appears to show a new variant of Thargoid, smaller than an interceptor but larger than a scout, capable of travelling very fast and with significant firepower. 4 of this Thargoid's petals are smaller, and they're long, thin and curved, resembling a shuriken throwing knife. It's unclear at this stage whether this is genuine footage, but if the Thargoids have developed much faster ships, then those commanders who rely on being able to boost away from hyperdictions and Thargoid interdictions may need to reconsider their strategy. The author of the video clip, known by what is clearly a pseudonym, Chuck Handgun, claims that these new Thargoids will not appear in the galaxy until at least Tuesday the 9th of May, possibly later. So there's still some time to engineer your ship up to 800 metres per second, so you can continue to evade the Thargoids, or there's time to learn to fight them, and to prepare for the worst.
Meanwhile, there are concerns over supply lines for those fighting the Thargoid invasion near Maelstrom Ligong after the Federation and Empire started another squabble, this time in the Pachich system, which lies close to the Thargoid front line. Those who prefer to fight other humans instead of Thargoids and want to get in the way of the anti-Thargoid war effort should head over to the Pachich system, where they can turn in combat bonds. At the end of the week-long campaign, either the Empire or the Federation will control the system. But either way, it's perfectly possible that it will belong to the Thargoids by the end of May.
In the One Drama system, the attempt to oust Azimuth Biotech continues. With the Musashi megaship back in T-Tori, Azimuth is vulnerable to being forced to retreat from the system, leaving it in control of just 3 systems, T-Tori, Mbuni and LHS-1163. There's considerable disquiet at the news that Salvation may have cheated death and be living on as a disembodied mind, as a guest of the Guardian constructs. Given that the Thargoids wouldn't have invaded human space at all had it not been for Azimuth Biotech, they're not a terribly popular organisation. But their popularity may improve again if they develop another new AX weapon. Humanity is fickle about things like that.
Thank you, Commanders Beetlejude and Witherspoon. And now it's time for the rotten banana of news. Unsettlingly squishy and attracting flies. It's Mia Harkness with the Hutton Helper results.
Welcome to the Hutton Helper results. The Hutton Helper results are sponsored by the Hutton Helper, the only third-party resource to come with a free upside-down pineapple to display in your cockpit window, if you like that sort of thing. This week we have the following events: the 2 mangoes in a plantain cup, the half a kiwi fruit in your dashboard tournament, the large radish in a teacup deja vu trophy, the small courgette in a tin of pear halves in the middle of the coffee table, Charity Shield, the beetroot in a grape on the toilet cistern, Taryn Spectacular, and the melons on the windowsill award. So, red grape, green grape, red grape again, if you know what I mean. The Hutton Helper results are: Afrothaws jumped 24,000 light years to come first in distance travelled. Chicks sold 15,000 tonnes of cargo. Rincewind Kibru is the top mission runner this week again with 458 mission points. Alex Zuno handed in 444,444,444 credits worth of bounties. Boobtron handed in 1.4 billion credits of combat bonds. Millstone Barn destroyed 879 Thargoids. And Jack's Ring Rider, or is it Ringbinder, delivered 1,098 people to their various destinations. So, decals this week for Boobtron, Jack's Ringbinder, and small circle, square thing, dot, star, black dot, white dot for exploration data handed in, and Torian for ore mined. Please email itookpart@huttonorbital.com and arrange to collect your Hutton decal kit, which this week consists of Kendall Mint Cake Gin, a strawberry with the stalk pointing to magnetic north, and a packet of raisins laid face down. If you know, you know. There have been 14 Hutton runs in the last 7 days, and the top 5 are Bandicoot with 1 hour 23 minutes 48 seconds, Norbert Patinod with 1 hour 23 minutes 51 seconds, Enzo Wingnut Pacado with 1 hour 24 minutes and 3 seconds. Fish 2193 with 1 hour 25 minutes 21 seconds. And Tau Z with 1 hour 30 minutes and 39 seconds. But there is a whole galaxy of stuff out there needing manipulated, desalinated, sugar, taken offline, exploded, launched, rung in, decked with boughs of holly, motivated, evacuated, unfriended, dejected, manhandled or woman-handled, smeared, deflected, kept warm in the oven, emphasised, fertilised, snuffled, flipped, flopped, mistranslated to and from Spanish, chilled, mugged, ginned, wrapped up with a pretty bow, ship shot rescued, having their immersion ruined, battered and deep fried, dead drop painted, rolled down a hill, destroyed, bought, sold, squeezed, inflated, put on a gammon steak, liquidated, evaporated, smelled, licked, discombobulated, recombobulated, headbutted, eviscerated, compressed, enveloped, strained, fermented, murderized with an S, interrobanged, upcycled, violently downcycled, disallowed, but then reallowed after consulting VAR, smelted, loved, adored, cherished, and probinated, and you can earn yourself a very fetching Hutton decal for doing it. To get involved, all you have to do is go to hot.forthemug.com. That's hot.forthemug.com and download or sign up for the spectacular Hutton Helper, available in 3 seductive formats. Let's face it, anything has to be better than leaving Stoot. I'll start that one again. Let's face it, anything has to be better than leaving 2 star fruits and a potato in your shopping trolley. Anyway, that's it for me for this week. Back to Studio 5.
Thank you, Mia. And now we go to Amelia Hawke for this week's Galnet Rares Digest.
You are about to listen to Amelia Hawke. She tries all the galaxy's most dangerous rare items, so you don't have to.
This week in the Galnet Rares Digest, I'm going to be popping a little LTT Hypersweet in my mouth again and reminding myself whether it lives up to its reputation as the sweetest thing in the galaxy. Manufactured at Hutton Orbital in the industrial system of LTT 9360, these sweets are carefully crafted through splicing the DNA of the galaxy's sweetest crops and then running it all through a processing unit that pushes out little colourful nuggets of delight. The ingredients simply state vegetable extract, natural sugars, natural gelling agent, and no added flavours, colours or preservatives. In short, they've created the perfect ethical sweet treat. Baked in special pans and sliced with monofilament wires into cubes, then pressed into cute little baby animal shapes, these mouth-sized morsels make your mouth water just by looking at them. That, and you can't help but go, "Aww," at how cute they are. The packaging is even cutesier. Anime-style animals gazing up at you with forlorn expressions on their faces, big eyes, and an aura of, "I don't mind if you eat me." Just like the proverbial bridge-dwelling troll, even if I look like a baby billy goat gruff hopping and skipping across the bridge to the field on the other side. That's it, I couldn't resist one nibble. Oh, wow. Joy on my tongue. My taste buds were exploding with delight within seconds, sweeter than the juiciest strawberry, not a hint of sour aftertaste, and with a lingering aroma. It's an assault on the senses, a gentle one, like someone attempting to beat you to death with a feather, just remembering it gives me a little shiver down my spine. So, rare? Yes. They're really hard to make and the machinery is really expensive. Those pans are specially coated so the sticky loveliness doesn't stick or burn or caramelize too much. The ovens have to be just the right temperature to within a fraction of a degree, and the ingredients, measuring them out perfectly, take a postgraduate degree and probably a doctorate in using a pipette properly. and making just the right size dip of this and drop of that. One sip, and you've gone from tasty to just plain nasty. But spend all the cash on the gastronomy and all the expensive tools, have an awful lot of patience and all the right expensive ingredients, and you might just get 50% of the way to the quality that they manage in LTT. Live up to the grand claims? Oh my, yes. Worth the price? Well, more on that in a second. You may be wondering why the Galnet Food Digest has listed these as dangerous. I had a case of them delivered. I no longer have a case of them. Or rather, I do, but it's empty. I let my wife have one and ended up having to confiscate them before she could eat them all. Or any of them. The postman caught one whiff of them on my breath and began salivating all over my deliveries. I had to stun him. They're mine. I'm not sharing. Not with anyone. Yes, they're addictive. If they weren't rare, I'd eat myself into a sugar coma. It took me 24 hours to calm down, which time I rearranged my sock drawer, my whole apartment, and half of the station in wide-eyed mania. All the while, I've been jibber-jabbering about this and that at the speed that's made people record me, slow it down, and play it back to themselves at 1/8 the usual. And even then, I sounded like one of the chipmunks who'd been taking too many illegal chemicals and gone to a rave. In fact, the only way I could record this review was to do just that. The slowing down thing, not the impression and the chemicals. Oh, and one other thing. If you eat too many of them, it has an effect. The kind of effect that means I've been locked in the bathroom for the past 24 hours, crying that they've run out, weeping at what's happening to my insides, and wailing at the irreversible damage to my porcelain. Be warned. Have one. Only one. Then have someone tie you to the scenery until the cravings go away. If you don't, trust me. Just don't. Go and eat something savoury to take the flavour away. This is Amelia Hawke reporting for the Galnet Rares Digest. I ate all the sweets so you don't have to. I'm off to find a hazmat suit and a power washer. Again. God, will I ever learn?
Well,
Sugar coma!
sounds like a very effective way of getting your house tidy, though.
Very, very. It's like, oh, what is it like?
We don't know. You tell us.
It's like,
Is it like eating speed sherbet?
Speed sherbet in a cube form.
Yeah, nice.
Could have done with some in the 10 minutes before the show. It might have meant that I got the images the right size for it.
Nah,
but I don't think anybody noticed. We'll be fine.
You would have had them in
fine
5
in the
minutes
edit.
quicker, but they would still have been wrong.
Yeah. They sort of wandered into shot after a little while. It was fine. Nobody will notice.
Yeah, it's fine. But, yeah.
Is it the sort of stuff that you give to other people's kids?
Oh,
Yeah.
God, don't.
Whilst
don't
you're teaching them
Ooh,
to swear.
tempting.
Yeah, like blue Smarties.
They weren't Smarties.
That'll teach you to let your kids roam around here.
Yeah, true. Well, I think that means that the only thing left to do tonight is put out the volume
Raid
warning.
boots.
Well, that as well. Yeah. So, there will be a raid at the end to somebody very mellow and mellifluous and enjoyable who's always worth staying around for. So please stay for that. But for now, turn your headphones down or move them away from your ears or just block your ears or curl up in a fetal position and cry softly to yourselves. You were warned.
For that mug.
Journey too long, or cargo too small. Profit margins never really mattered at all. gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We're taking anything, anytime, anywhere. Loading all the teen out to the brim with the rest for the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, everybody sing the trucker song. Flossy always seems to crash into the sun. Skibble lights the pilot on the Xbox One. Helping out the free, you know he leads us well. Trucking across the galaxy, now everybody else. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. For the more, for the more, for the more. You know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. So give me a large path that I can land on, and I'll give you cargo and sing you my song. No point 22 light years to go, cruising to no journey too long, no cargo too small. The profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We're taking anything, anytime, anywhere. So shout it out loud, loud. You don't even care. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. For the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show. Everybody's buggered off now, so why don't you bugger off too?
Seamless.
Truckers, you bunch of truckers, you. Thank you so much for the raid. Again. How was your stream? How was your show? I'll ask it anyway. How was your show this evening? Hutton, I know what the answer I'm going to get, but well, we'll go with it. So do you think going well? How we are here? You can start streaming now. Okay. Welcome. We can do that. We can do that. welcome. How you doing this evening? Who have we got here? Trying to keep up on all this nonsense. Commodore Vulcarius, how you doing, sir? Kesinki. No, sorry, I apologise. I can't read. Kesinik. There we go. Got it. Oh, wow, those. Mugtastic show. For the mug. How are you all doing this evening? Welcome in. I'm surprised I haven't crashed into the ground yet. Seamless. Well, it's probably a lot more seamless than this show is going to be, that's for sure. Mia Harkness, welcome in. Good to see you all. A Little Grey, welcome him. I doubt it. Yeah, don't know. You've seen this stream before, surely. Right. We're waiting kind of for the tick to fully tick to see that my faction's won the war that it's involved in this system we're working. But it's kind of half ticked, not fully ticked. We think it's okay, but we're not sure. So we're going down just to shoot some people for science, just to make sure. I'm about to crash into the ground. That's not good. Let's try and land on the ground rather than crash into it. Whoa, that's a jittery mess, isn't it? What's going on here? Oh my word. What happened there? Don't know. Wasn't jittery mess earlier. That's a landing. So you coming to ECM? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Sounds like the David Attenborough elite. Getting set for a rapid, unplanned disassembly. Yes. 30 tickets left. Yes, I heard that. I saw that. Awesome stuff. Yes, the Woodies will be at ECM. Oh, yes. Now I've said that, there's no chance the last 30 tickets will ever sell that. That's it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. Woohoo! Whoop whoop. I don't know why he's so excited about me being at ECM. I wouldn't want to see Woolies there, that's for sure. It's a elite community meetup. Bedtime story, definitely not. I may sing a song at the bar, but that's about as good as it's going to get, I think. Right. I better choose a side before I shoot the wrong people here. I've chosen a side. You're going to die. Oh, shield. Oh, that was nearly a really bad idea, wasn't it? Welcome to the stream, Julia. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Let's go and start this. Alonso, come here. Come and play. I wish Ghost of Tabor was this easy. Oh, it's an enforcer. Oh, you cheeky little. Yeah. That'll sort him out. Oh, grenade. Yeah, Neil. Big for mercy, dude. Big for mercy. If they sold after LCO no feel like one said it was going. Well, that's a fair point. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good fun. I'm not looking forward to the hangover afterwards, though. That I'm not looking forward to. Definitely not. Not that I intend on drinking anything. I never drink, so it'll be fine. It'll be all good. I never drink. It'll be fine. Come here. Hiding around the corner. What's my poison? Arsenic. I answered that question last week. Arsenic. Poison of choice. Give me some juice. Advil, tea with honey and plenty of water. Nice. Nice. Look, the ultimate solution for a hangover. Do you know what the ultimate solution for a hangover is? Do you know? Shall I let you on a little secret? Don't drink. Works every time. Works every time. There you go, Angel. Yeah, exactly.